The end of this Let's Play is near as we head off to the very last stage in this game. Hey everyone, my name is SuperSox, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sonic Generations for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC, and Nintendo 3DS. In the last episode, we took care of Rooftop Run, and in this episode, we're going to be going to the very last stage in Sonic Generations. So without further delay, let's get started, shall we? Interesting place. The grass is still green, the rocks are seeing, and there are wisps everywhere. Well, you know what that means. Welcome to the very last stage in all of Sonic Generations, Planet Wisp. This stage originally came from the 2010 release, Sonic Colors, on the Nintendo Wii and DS. Now let's talk a little bit about Planet Wisp. First off, it got that name for a reason. On this planet, there are little tiny alien creatures called wisps that give Sonic different abilities. For example, let's use Spike's here is one of the 7 wisps in Sonic Colors. Spike's ability, as you can see here, is being able to stay on walls and ceilings, and after a while disappears. You can either use it all up, or press triangle to revert back to normal. Some people have an issue with this stage, mainly because in Sonic Colors, you had a gauge much like the boost gauge in modern Sonic stages, that showed you how much wisp power you had. Although you can't see a gauge telling you it's about to run out, the music makes up for that. It's similar to the Super Mario Galaxy series, actually, where you only have the Fire Flower power up for a few seconds. The sooner it runs out, the faster the music gets. And you can tell that Spike's is about to run out the same way. Although there is no gauge telling you how much of the wisp's power is left. That doesn't mean this is a bad stage. The length of this stage, on the other hand, is a bit of a different story. Now I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, but first I want to show you a good example about how the music speeds up when the Spike's ability is just about to run out. So, let's transform into Spikes! Now, as you can tell from listening to it at the very end, it does speed up. And while it doesn't give you much time to react, at least they give you a warning. And most of the time in this stage, you'll have plenty of time to get through the area that needs you to be Spiked. So when you lose the Spike's ability, it's mainly going to be because you press triangle. Now, back onto the topic about how long this stage goes on for. It depends on the player's skill. Now, so far in Sonic Generations, the stages last for about 2 or 3 minutes. Planet Wisp changes that because this stage can last around 8 to 10 minutes for people playing through this their first time. And classic Sonic's Planet Wisp stage isn't the only one that's huge. Modern Sonic's Planet Wisp is like that as well, if not even longer if you're not very good at modern Sonic stages. But since I've played through these stages before, I can get through them in about 5 to 4 minutes. Although I'm better in modern Sonic stages than I am in classic. Another thing that can make this stage last a lot longer is the level's design. I'll explain a little bit more about the design of this stage when we get a little bit further into the level. And now that I've used up all the topics lined up in my head, I guess I'm just gonna start talking about random stuff because I'm literally drawing blanks here. Well, that's not entirely true. I guess I could talk about how I feel about the stage as a gamer and a commentator. As a gamer, it's definitely worthy of being known as the last real stage, seeing as how it's very long and can be very difficult. Now I'm thinking about similarities to the stage when it comes to other Sonic stages, and the closest one I can think of is Sandopolis Act 2 from Sonic and Knuckles. What they both have in common is that they're both very long stages, and they're both very difficult. Well, it depends on your skill level. And I am just not having any luck here. Let's hope I can get to the end of the stage in one piece. That's all I want. And let's take the highest route. That's not a good sign, is it? Nope. Huh, that kinda seems like an amateur flaw in the level design. You'd think they'd put those platforms down a little lower so that we could get to those platforms a little easier. Oh well, I see a red ring and I'm gonna get it. Alright, checkpoint reached. And now let's transform. Now at this point you might have noticed that during all of this we've only seen Spikes the pink wisp, and we have not seen any of the other wisps. Well, unfortunately, there's only 2 out of 7 wisps that appear in this game. 1 wisp for each Sonic. Classic Sonic gets Spikes, and modern Sonic gets... well, we'll see soon enough. Anyway, if you are playing the 3DS version of Sonic Generations, you'll be going to a color stage 2, and you'll be able to use the DS exclusive wisp Burst for Classic Sonic, and for Modern Sonic, you'll be using Laser. Which, I gotta give Sonic Team credit for changing the different versions. They could've gone with similar level designs for both versions, but instead, they wanted them to have unique powers and have the levels truly original compared to its console counterparts. Now, right here is probably the best example of the stage's weird design. You could spend an extra minute or two just trying to get to those cogs and activating the switches that changes the angles of these pieces, so you can progress through the level. But all you need to do, and it's really simple to do this, all you have to do is get on this wall and jump over the spring, and you just skipped a section of the level. I'm not sure if they wanted that like that for speedrunners, or they didn't think we could jump over that spring or not. Either way, it shouldn't be that easy to skip what looked like a cool platforming section. But anyway, we are finally near the end of the stage. As we have finally gone out of the industrial side of Planet Wisp, we have completed Classic Sonic's level with 5 minutes and 29 seconds on the clock. That was a very, very long stage. And thankfully, we do not have to come back here, seeing as how we got an S rank, so let's move on. Classic Sonic's Planet Wisp might be over, but we still have to deal with the lesser of the two evils of Planet Wisp, and that is Modern Sonic's side of Planet Wisp. So, now that we have this done, we got the two pieces of artwork, let's change into Modern Sonic. And now we are ready to head off to Planet Wisp Act 2. Let's get started. With one act left in the game, we better give it our all. Let's go! Welcome to Act 2 of Planet Wisp, which is one of the prettiest stages in this game, I might add. It definitely screams eye candy at the very beginning of it. And after touching down and boosting, let's hit this enemy, and then head into this little tiny cave, which leads us to the next section in the level. Let's take the higher route by hitting these enemies. Hit this one enemy. Fall down, hopefully you'll land on the platform and grab your very first red ring. Now let's continue through the level. I gotta say, I really like this part. It's really cool how this place looks. And not just that part, wait another 3 seconds and wait for the eye candy. Look at this! If you're looking at this for the first time, how can you not say this looks great? If Sega knows how to do something, it's to impress people visually. Well, unfortunately, the compliments end here, seeing as how, for the rest of Planet Wisp Act 2, it's mainly going to be 2D platforming sections. Even though this stage suffers from Sonic Color Syndrome, much like Chemical Plant Act 2, unlike Chemical Plant, we have... the Orange Wisp Rocket, which allows you to fly upwards while being able to break some materials. And depending on how long you hold triangle until you launch, you can either have it go very slowly and you'll be able to move it very easily, or it'll just move extremely fast, but you won't have any control over it. Now as we're progressing through the level, you might be wondering, what's up with that one temporary platform over there? Why is that there? Well, as you can see, that temporary platform's there for you to collect the red ring. Unfortunately, I did not get it, but unlike all the other temporary platforms in the stage, that one will respawn so you can get it, and you don't have to keep exiting the level just to get back to that one point. It might take you a while to get it, but it'll be worth it in the end if you're going 100%. And speaking of red ring hunting, there's one at the very end of this quick step catwalking section. Now, I don't recommend boosting whatsoever if you're not experienced with this kind of stuff, so if you think you can do it, by all means go ahead, but if you can't, just run normally. It's better to get a red ring than fall to your death. Believe me, that's happened before. Anyway, right here, this might look familiar if you played Sonic Colors before, because this kind of structure has appeared in one of the extra missions in Sonic Colors Planet Wisp. Although, unlike the original mission, this one's not nearly as fun, and for the rest of the stage, you're going to be climbing this thing. When I said back at the 1 minute mark of the stage that the rest of the stage is mainly going to be 2D platforming sections, I meant it. Anyway, if you're confused as how I'm boosting with this, all you have to do is hold square on it. Anyway, let's head up here, collect a secret red ring. That should be the last one on the stage. I believe I've missed 2. Anyway, once you get that red ring, you will actually get an achievement at the very end of the stage called, I believe it's called Orange Power. I could be wrong. It could be Rocket Power, but I don't think they'd reference an old 90s Nick show. But that's just me. It'd be cool if they did, but I don't think they would. Now, believe it or not, we're actually nearing the end of the stage. I know it's really weird saying that, seeing as how we're only 3 minutes into the stage, and for Classic Sonic it took another 2 minutes. But like I said, I'm pretty good in modern Sonic stages. I'm actually even better nowadays, because I actually recorded this a little while ago. Anyway, let's go up here. Now this part has its own concept. If you take too long, that right there will try and squish you, and that will kill you. And I am going the wrong way. I usually take the fastest routes to get to the very end of this part, but I don't think I'm doing it correctly. Now I should have gone right. Should have gone left the first time, and now I should have gone right. My mind's just not working right today. Well, that day while I was recording anyway. Breaking through the very last barrier, we've reached the goal ring. And there we go. We have successfully gotten an S rank in all modern and classic Sonic stages. Well, rival battles, boss battles, and missions don't count. They just want you to get an S rank in all classic and modern Sonic stages. And once you do, you get the Big Bang achievement. Alright. Now that we're done here, let's leave this awfully long stage, shall we? Now that we've ran through Planet Wisp as both classic and modern Sonic, Planet Wisp looks a lot more colorful now. But Planet Wisp isn't the only one to gain its color back.
Dude, there's the emerald! Pretty slick move, huh?
I was scared because somebody took me, but now I'm free! I'm a freebie! 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 Whee! That was very scary, but being with you makes it all better! Yeah! Hey, you look different. Oh, hey!
Still have no idea why we had to bring back the bee, but most annoying character along with the most annoying stage. I'm glad that they placed both of them last. But not least, I guess, if you think about it. Anyway, we've ran through all of the modern era stages, and now all we have to do is go collect the boss gate keys. But before we go collect those, let's talk a little bit about Charmy here. Charmy is the last member of Team Chaotix, which originally appeared in Sonic Heroes. Whew, I have no idea what came over me anyway. If you can get past his prankster personality and the fact that he's a frickin' bee, he's actually a pretty charming character. Oh, that was such a bad pun. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time when we take on some challenges in Planet Wisp. See you guys then.